Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Sheets, and I'm back from my very eventful weekend in Florida. Just to update you on that. And then we're going to go ahead and talk about the NBA slate for this evening. Maybe we'll do a little bit of hockey. But as you guys may or may not know, I was in Fort Lauderdale with Mrs. Sheets um, for the DraftKings World Fantasy Hockey Championships. I won a seat to that several months ago, and that played out in, of course, the hockey capital of the world, that being Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We got to go to a Panthers game Friday night with a whole bunch of DraftKings finalists who I had no idea who any of them were. Um, and I don't think I met anybody new. So I was just there really with my wife, just kind of enjoying the nice weather. The hockey game was fun. And then the actual live final was pretty uneventful. We had the Stars as our main stack, and they didn't get anything going until this end of the second period, and we were good enough to score and win in overtime, enough to get me in 19th place. So getting some five figures, not bad. Um, I still don't think DraftKings does a great job with the actual live final. I mean, like, the experience is good and everything like that, but the actual contest, I think they should do it a little bit better. They should have announcers. They should follow the lineups a little bit better. We'll see if I have the energy to bring this up to them again. 20 years ago, I might have had the energy. I don't know if I have it anymore. And then some good things happened in DFS land. First of all, I threw some lineups in, and I actually won a seat to the NBA DraftKings Live Final, which is in Nashville, and that's one of Mrs. Sheets' favorite cities. So we are going there, and that's $1 million for first. So that's great news. And then got back yesterday off a plane, put in my NASCAR lineups the day before, and I just did my ownerships. I used customized contest sims and chop that up for 50,000, which was an amazing thing. So overall, very, very strong weekend DFS wise. And now we're getting back to the stupid NBA, which is, again, I say F the NBA, and listen, it's for a good reason. The NBA is very, very difficult, So let's take a look and see what we have here. Let me share my screen. Share screen. And again, we'll watch to see the whatchamacallit is the range of outcomes. I mean, we'll watch to see any news that comes in. We'll talk about in general what to expect. Let's take a look, I guess, at the optimals here first, right? So how would I do that? Let's it's first of all, as far as scheduling goes, it is a 4-game slate with a pretty decent sized gap in between these games. So, I mean, you have the Houston-Washington game at 7 o'clock, Boston-Milwaukee at 7:30, and then you have an hour and a half until Denver-Utah and LAC-Golden State. So obviously you should be around to late swap here as much as you can. Couple of bits of interesting news was that, number one, was that Giannis is going to be making his debut back for Milwaukee, and I guess there's going to be some kind of minutes limit, I suppose, because you're looking at his median at about 43, 44 at 11K. I mean, you're probably not going to end up playing him. And the reality is that all these Milwaukee guys have been priced for Giannis being out. So that Milwaukee whole team, I imagine, is not, nothing's going to look very, very good. The Utah Denver game to me is very interesting because, on the one hand, you have Utah, who gives up a lot of fantasy points and a lot of points in general. I think Denver's team total is implied 127 or something like that. But it is a back-to-back. And the other thing is that they do have a full, 12 and 13-point favorite. So I think there's a very, very legitimate amount of blowout risk here, and considering, that they did just kind of, to come back against Minnesota, have to play Jokic a lot or whatever. I think that if this game does end up being one they can control, it's going to be, I think there's risk, Now, again, it's only a 4-game slate or so, so it's not too many great options, but I can see that happening. Now, I think the easier, not the easier game, but the game that's more likely to produce, I guess a ceiling for its high price guy are the Clippers. Because that game against Golden State is like only a 1-point spread. So if you want to play Kawhi, I mean, he's got a median here of 49, and I think that he's got upside from that. And he also has overtime upside from that, where I really don't think that Jokic has too much upside from this 68 points. I really don't see, there's not that many variations where Utah keeps it close enough, especially off a back-to-back for Jokic to really, really smash. So if you're not 100% Jokic, I would not be worried too much. I think that can get there. Now, Boston, you have Jaylen Brown being out, which obviously is a big deal. And let's see where what James has here. See, he's got like different guys than I do. Like he's got Derek White with a 44 and Peyton Pritchard with like a 40-point projection here. I mean, maybe we'll update these a little bit differently, but wait a minute. Hang on a minute. See, I have Ron Harper Jr.
Do you have Ron Harper Jr.?
Nuts here, pretty much. Hey James, hold on. Let's get you in here. Are you in here now?
Yeah, I'm in here. Yeah.
What? You don't have like the Ron Harper somehow?
Oh, Ron Harper. Let me go check on that. That might be a naming issue.
Okay.
Sorry, baby. Let's see.
I'm going to see what's. I'm going to redo mine as well. But my last thing I was getting like all this R Harper.
So, yeah. There it is. He's zeroed out. Give me a second.
Okay. So we'll update those. But with what's his name being out, I mean, obviously that's where you're going to get a lot of. There's got to be some fantasy points to be distributed there. So one of them is going to be the Baylor Sheeman, who whatever, and then the main guy I have is Ron Harper Jr. Like I'm currently at like 85% of him, and then 40% of the Sheeman or the Shearman. And based on the things I said before, that game is now like, it's so funny. This game started, it's like probably like an 11-point spread because Jaylen Brown was playing and there was no Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
So now there's no Jaylen Brown and Giannis is in. So now you have like a 2-point spread, which makes this game pretty competitive. So all these guys from the Celtics are going to look really good. So that game I think is intriguing. I think the Houston-Washington game, I'm not getting much of anything from that projection. So, and then again, you get to these 2 late swap games, the Denver-Utah game. I mean, Denver and Utah, it's like 240-point total, Denver 127 implied, and we know where the points are coming from. And Utah loves to play this high-paced game, but the game does have blowout risk for whatever that's worth. And then you have the Clippers, Golden State, where they have Kawhi with very, very strong median and upside from that because he's pick'em. It's a pick'em game. So I wouldn't be surprised if I end up getting like so much of that. Now, again, this is more, a discussion of process and things like that because people will ask all the time is I mentioned that because, Giannis is back and probably has a minutes limit. That's why his median's only going to be like 44 or something like that. And all these other Bucks are going to be, they're already priced as if he's not playing. So you're probably, you probably won't see too much Milwaukee. So people will say, well, does that mean you'll X them out? Same answer before, as always. No, I mean, like if they're going to look bad, they're going to X themselves out. Right. When I run my stuff. So, when I talk about like, Milwaukee's not going to look good. I'm just predicting that they're not going to look good. I can't imagine they would, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna force it. But if if we're right about this, then they won't show up anyway. So that's pretty much all I got, and again, the very important late swaps slate because of this big hour and a half gap in between. And so even if you weren't going to play Milwaukee guys anyway, you can't avoid the Boston guys. That's the problem. So
No.
you're probably going to get a lot of Bostons, and then you're going to have somebody's these Denver guys, I guess, one of the two, and then maybe Kawhi probably gets all of them. I mean, I don't know. Let me take a look at my stuff real quick. Again, I have to redo all this. But
yeah, I'm about to rerun to get Ron Harper in there. I have him for 23 minutes, so he's gonna look.
Yeah, so I right now have him at 29 minutes right now.
29.
But that could change. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I think he's starting. Who knows? The good thing is it's like a 7:30 game, so it's like all this is not even relevant. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna have him projected badly. It looks like.
Okay, it could be. I mean,
yeah, I have him for 23 minutes, and like in the back end, the median is 16.8. Okay, so I wouldn't even get to him.
Yeah. So we'll see. And I always rerun my stuff anyway. Then I have the Reed Shepherd. I mean, I have him looking good. I have at 50% ownership. The guy from Houston.
Oh yeah, he's been crushing though. I mean,
has he?
He's been really, really good lately.
What other point per dollar? So I mean, he's the only guy. The Harper's the only guy I really have over 6x point per dollar wise. And then as far as just like fantasy points, I mean, you have Jokic like 20 points higher than everybody else. So
because it's fucking Utah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, so it's, and I know like if Bobby were, he would say, listen, I'm just gonna play Jokic. You know what I mean? Like I'll figure the rest out.
I don't know why you wouldn't lock him in on this slate. I'm with him on this.
Well, the good news is that again, because the number is so high, I am getting a lot. I'm not getting 100, but I'm getting 74. That's a reasonable amount, right?
If I just look at straight optimals right now, and I'm pretty sure that these optimals are updated. Yeah, they just ran. If I look at optimals right now, the top 150, I get 82% Jokic.
Well, that's not that much, right? I mean,
well, he's projected for 41% ownership. I'm going to guess he ends up 60% owned.
I believe that's the case.
Yeah. So 60%, if you got a 20% like deviation between that and what the field is, I think that's probably about right. It's kind of like Scotty, right? Like Scotty Scheffler, he's going to project 25 points better in the field. The question is it efficient? And like in PGA, no. But if Scotty Scheffler was an NBA player and he projected for 25 points over anyone else, you just fucking lock him in. It's so linear.
So these are the optimals. Now, how do I find the exposures again?
Just scroll all the way down. A little farther.
This way all the way down. Okay,
there you go.
So I'm getting, who is Will Riley?
That's a good question. He's a dude, that's for sure.
He's a dude, right? What team is he on?
Will Riley.
Oh yeah, okay. He's on Washington, I think.
Yeah, Washington. He's 5,100.
Is he on Washington? Yeah, I'm getting 37% of him, so we're getting 0. And then Sheeman, 76%, and yeah, you're getting a decent amount of Harper there. There you go.
Yeah, now we get more. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's a 4-game slate. Right. Even though he doesn't necessarily look all that good, like if you go back to the range of outcomes and you sort by 6x, he doesn't look incredible, but like he's a really good value at 3,200, I guess. There's not really anybody else that cheap.
So what this means is the percentage of times in your runs that he's going to get 6x.
Yeah, that he's going to score like 18.7 fantasy points or something like that.
Okay.
And he's at 21%, which isn't incredible, right? Like he's kind of a sore thumb. If you look at these numbers, look at the 20% column. And you look at those numbers and you're just like 92%, 99%, all that kind of stuff. I mean, he doesn't show up. Sort it by 6x again.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. And like there's one number there.
And like the Sheeman too. I mean, like Sheeman looks good at 6x, but it's not like he's any locked he'd do anything, like
right. And Harper's only at 22% of the time.
Right, I see that.
20.
Well, because it's possible he plays like 9 minutes. It's like
right. I wonder. I'm gonna go over to the pivot finder. Go to the pivot finder really quick.
Let's see. Pivot finder. Okay.
Sort by ownership, highest to lowest.
Sort by.
Go up. You're still on simple. Go up to advanced. Right next to refresh. Top of the app. Left.
Oh, okay.
There you go. All right. Sort that by ownership. Okay, so click the little similar next to Ron Harper. He's second one. Okay, so
Blake Hinson, huh?
Yeah, that's his main comp in terms of upside. 3,500 projects for about the same.
Ownership 1%.
Probably, yeah. Nobody's
Let's
gonna
go. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's amazing.
So that's something that you could do in the portfolio manager, right?
Yeah.
So you could say, I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to show how I can do that really quick.
I got to read. Yeah, I have Blake Hinson. I mean, I have him at 14.5 points. So yeah, I mean, you get him at 17 and a half. I mean, this would be a huge pivot if you can get that. If you can get away with that. And you know what's good about this one is that if you don't play Harper, like Hinson's late. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you could see what Harper does. And then you could just kind of screw around a little bit, but that doesn't matter because like if you have Hinson, if Harper doesn't do it, I mean like you're
all right. So watch,
if Harper does something, you're going to need him anyway. So like,
here's what I'm going to do. All right. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm not going to do anything outside of I'll do one thing really quick. So I'm going to say for stat min maxing, I want to keep all lineups with equal to 0 players based on a projection below 20. So this is saying that I don't want any lineups that have a player who is, oh wait, no, I can't do that yet. Just kidding. Hold on. Because that's what I'll do when I actually build my lineups. But that would remove Ron Harper, and I want to show something really quick. So I'm just going to stratify this on weighted ownership. I'm going to get 150, and I'm going to make them really fucking chalky lineups, right? I'm going to make the sample range 75 to 100, okay? So I'm going to do that.
And now tell me what you're doing now. You're making it. You said a chalky lineup. You said.
Yeah. Okay. My lineups right now. I just basically got like the chalkiest lineups I could find, right? And so I know that those are going to be basically give me like all the Ron Harper in the world, right?
Okay.
So I get 72%, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say exposure management. I'm going to say for Harper, I'm going to replace him down to, let's say, like 10% or something, just for shits and giggles. And a specific replacement of Blake Hinson. And then that's going to replace 50% of my lineups with Blake Hinson. And because I made these super chalky, now I have all these chalky lineups, but with 1% Blake Hinson. And he's just like the win condition. like I took all that Ron Harper, and now it's Blake Hinson. And if Blake Hinson outscores Ron Harper, I have all the lineups that everybody else has, but I have the cheap value play that actually did something where Ron Harper only played 9 minutes and scored like 6 fantasy points.
I know.
How about that? How do you like them apple sheets?
Well, I got a number. How do you like them apples? I am confident there's something in this. And when I say that, every time I see you go through this, my brain just scrambles. Like when I think, okay, so how am I going to apply that to my own processes and how am I going to get like 10% as good with fiddling around with this as you are? You know what I mean? I don't want to be 100. I just want 10. Yeah. And I guess it's just going to be a matter of continuing to do it. Yeah. But to get this idea of like, okay, given this, that given what you think of the slate, really, how to use the tools to do what you want, you know, like you knew to say, okay, let me go to stratify based on this and set the sliders to here. I mean, this is some advanced stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and it's advanced because I mean, you know what you're doing here,
right? Yeah, well, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I jump on this show when you do that. Is so that like I can show something cool that like maybe you haven't found yet.
Yeah. You know? Yep. Let me take a look. Let's look at your you have FanDuel in here, right? Okay, let's take a look at that.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the optimals, I guess. I'm just looking at it now. You can do it. You can pull yours up.
Hold on really quick. I want to just like see what Blake Hinson lineups look like. So this would be like usually you'd have to worry about dupes, but like swapping in all of this Blake Hinson because I kind of want to try to get as much Blake Hinson as I have Ron Harper, and that's okay. So 26% here and 40.
Dude, if you get away with this, you're gonna be a freak. You know what's gonna happen? This is gonna be so annoying. Like, is this gonna be one of those slates where Blake Hinson scores like 30 fantasy points, Ron Harper scores like 9, and then we screw something else up and lose?
Right.
I mean, that would be like hashtag NBA.
That's fucking exactly right, dude.
Or you end up you can get Blake Hinson in with both, Jokic and Murray, and then Jokic gets injured or something.
Yeah.
It's like,
all right, you're back sharing now.
Right. Okay. So this is FanDuel optimals. Let's see what this looks like, and then we'll see how that corresponds to mine. So you have 96% Derek White, 93% Pritchard. So like all these Celtic guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna compare this to what I have actually. What I do have. Let's pull up over here. Actually, I'll save this for a second. Someone got ruled out in the hockey. McKinnon is out for Colorado.
Oh boy.
All right, let me just look at the FanDuel here for a second. Oh no, he was. See, this is what happens sometimes with SaberSim. I was pulling up, and he is out on February 25th. I was looking at my February 25th builds, and they're like, just so you know, your Nathan McKinnon lineup. So okay,
that's problem.
Let me look at FanDuel here. Let's see what I have. Contest. Oh yeah, so you answered my question in the Discord. Like if somebody wanted to go into the contest analyzer and find out what somebody had, they can do it, right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can. Yep. Okay. You can go through. I added NASCAR, I added tennis recently. Hockey should have been up, but it wasn't.
FanDuel, we're a little off too. So I have I have 77% of the Bruce Brown.
Who?
Exactly.
Oh,
very
Bruce
good.
Brown.
Now you sound like me. Bruce Brown is you have it's 25% of the Patriot optimals, and I have 77% of him in my lineups right now.
Okay.
And then next, and this is I guess kind of a theme, is I have 65% Tim Hardaway Jr.
So you're more on Denver than Boston.
I guess so, right? I guess so. Not that I have zero Boston. I have like 47% Pritchard, 42% White. But yeah, for some reason on FanDuel, I guess this 4K and 4,300 price tag on Bruce Brown. I guess I was a little more impressed with that than Pater was.
Yeah,
I suppose.
Bruce Brown's baselines aren't incredible this year, and the way that I do defensive matchups maybe is a little bit different. Okay. So I think I'm maybe just a little bit lower on the projections on those guys.
Let me tell you something, and I wasn't kidding. Like I won that seat into the NBA Live Final.
Yeah.
And and it's like a 40K like value, and it's like $1 million for first, and whatever. I'm just so happy that they gave me my 10K for last in my account, because that's like the highest most I've cashed for in an NBA tournament. It's like December. It's like I cashed I almost won like the big Christmas slate, like 60,000 or something like that. And since then, I mean, I don't think I've had even a 5-figure cash in NBA. So don't listen to me.
Dude, NBA is brutal.
It's rough, but that's how I'm going to catch Adam Scherer. I'm going to let him win these like 50s and 100s. I'm going to spot him a $500,000 lead, and then I'll just bink once in the freaking in the live final. That'll be my.
That's all. I mean, all you got to do is win once all year.
That's my business model. Yeah, exactly. And against only like the best players in the world. Also, like I'll deal with like 3 Utica lineups, like 5.
Okay, but the thing is, in the live final, it's kind of like evened out a little bit because they don't get to exploit late swap.
Yes, that is true. 100%.
That's a big part of their edge for NBA.
100%.
So I think you stand a chance. 100%. I think you're in a good spot.
100%.
Am I playing the slate? Is this a good slate?
You have to. I mean, if you have this Hinson thing going on, I mean, you just have to play, right?
I guess. All right. I guess.
Exactly. You have to. All right. So here's my schedule, and then Mr. Sheets has dinner on the table, so I just want to give everybody a quick update here. I am gonna just so you guys know what I'm doing. I'm gonna rerun all my stuff, or whatever. Now, here's a question: how often Like, are you gonna? If I were you, I would rerun this at least one time before the 7:30 game, like before the Celtic game.
Oh, it runs all the way through lock.
Oh, yeah,
Also,
but the lock is 7.
Yeah. It runs all the way through lock and then runs after lock, and it runs all the way through the end of the night because I do live scoring.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Okay.
Yeah. So if you go back to the range of outcomes sheet.
Okay, let me go there. Yeah, I'm here.
Over to the player.
It's only DraftKings, right?
Yeah, go over to the player ROO. And you see how it says median, live, and diff. So throughout the night, you'll see that the live projection is updated.
Wait, where am I?
So you're hovering over median. Right next to that is a live.
Oh, it's live. Okay.
And that'll update throughout the night with their live projection. And then you can see diffs. And also in the portfolio manager, the projections that are used are actually the live projections. So you're updating whenever you re-optimize, you're re-optimizing with live projections.
Let's see what this does. Let me run the contest sims. Let's see what those look like. Let's see. I like to see how those compare to the regular optimals. Let's see. Let's see. Where am I going? Just a little. So this is different, huh?
Oh, I believe it's different. Yeah.
59% Kawhi. Love it.
Yeah, surprisingly, not as much Jokic, about even with a field.
I'm not surprised at all. I mean, he's going to be very popular. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting, though.
Let's see. I see. This is what I would want. I would want to play these guys. I would want to play stuff like this in the lottery, probably. But again, it doesn't. Listen, here's the truth, guys. Nothing that we do before lock matters literally at all.
Not really.
You know what I mean?
You just jam optimals.
Now, here's a dumb question. If I reran this contest sim, there's just no way the answer is yes. But I'll ask you, if I reran this contest sim at like 8:30, would it factor in like what people score already or no?
No, not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
No, and as I talked about it in my look ahead to 2026, but I think I'm going to sunset contest sims actually.
Okay.
I talked about it a little bit just in relation to the way that it has affected the field and how it has affected the field's decision making. And I think that contest sims, before they became a mainstay in everyone's offering, they were good. And then they become a mainstay. And now what it does is it leads people to make suboptimal decisions because they get away from optimal decisions that everyone is getting away from, which then makes the optimal decisions continue to be optimal.
Right. We are going to talk about that. Yeah, we'll have a separate conversation. I mean, we'll do this online. I definitely want to explore that a little more. And did you do a whole video on this, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, the 2026 look ahead. I'll send it to you. I'm
going to look at that. All right. Listen, I'm going to get out of here. Good luck, everybody. And tomorrow, I'm going to debut it on here. I'm going to do the live sweat, I think, tomorrow night for the NBA because they have the big $1 million, whatever it is. So hopefully Bobby will join me for that. And all right. Good luck, everybody.
All right. Bye.